Hi guys, EKD here, and today I will have you see one of my special Zoom logo training session, okay? And mind you, we had a physical session where I taught the students on the theoretical aspects of branding, logo design, and then from there we moved to having a Zoom session where I taught them how to design using Illustrator, how to design logos using Illustrator, okay? And then some person might be surprised, EKD, do you hold physical classes? Yes, I do hold physical classes, okay? And then sometimes when we cannot meet, I would Zoom classes, okay? And here you'll be seeing one of those classes. And before you go on to seeing that class, I would want to bid you to make sure you are focused, okay? It's going to take a lot of sacrifice and dedication to watch because it's over 2 hours, okay? And I want you to just be dedicated and pay good attention. I didn't want to post it, but I felt that maybe it might be of help to somebody that is into logo designs, even for somebody that has been into it for long, because there were some terms I mentioned and some tips and tricks I taught, some personal tips and tricks that I myself use, okay? So I believe this is going to be of help to you. So just stay tuned and stay focused, okay? So you can break it to different sessions. You can take it, maybe take a particular session and you can rest, and you can take another particular session and you can rest. But meanwhile, while I was learning, I used to swallow, I used to consume like 3 hours video even. So I don't think this is so much for the knowledge you want to get from it. So I want you to just pay attention and take this class, and at the end of the class you are going to be glad that you did so, okay? I'll be referring to some things I taught them during the physical session, so you will not be left behind. You have to look at this channel. You'll find I think about 3 videos where I thoroughly taught on the theoretical aspect of branding and logo design. You have to take a look at that so that you can fully function in this session. So for this class, bear with us. The audio might be bad at some point, but I still believe you are going to get something, okay? Just maybe a little time, so you're going to find the audio not as clear as what you have now, okay? But if you use your earpiece and you listen very well, you are going to get everything that's being said. And this class is so interesting because the students get to see, and as they are viewing the class, or as I'm teaching them, they get to ask questions instantly. So some questions that you might want to ask might have already been asked in this session, okay? So you want to pay attention, and if there's any other question or anything you didn't get, you want to put it right on the comment section, okay? So get into class. See you when you're done.
So let me just do a quick introduction to the persons that will be watching the recording, and these are my students from brand identity, and we did a physical class bringing to people on YouTube now. We we did a physical class on um at a location, rather, at a location at our office. And presently I'm not in location, and I want to have the practical sessions with them. And the physical classes were just on the theoretical part of branding. Okay, and now we are getting to the practical part. Theoretical part, it took us 3 days to deal with it, and we intensely dealt with um, um, almost everything that has to do with brand identity designing. And I believe that you guys grab the concept very well, because after everything, I have to give them a mini project to do, of which they did, but we've not really entered the practical aspect. So hopefully it's going to be posted. The theoretical aspect is going to be posted, and this is a continuation. This is this has to do with the practical aspect, and we're working with the software Illustrator. Working with Illustrator. So this is the first class. We're going to be having 3 classes. This is the first class, and I want you to pay attention. If you can cover this entire series, um, trust me. I know this is not a paid course, but it is it has depth. Okay, there's much depth here. Okay, so if you can cover everything, um, you're likely going to be a brand designer. Okay. Okay, so we're going to begin this practical aspect. Like I said, we are done with the theoretical aspect, and then we have the physical class. So I just want people, my YouTube audience, to just follow through. For those of you that have been asking and want to learn about identity design, this is a chance for you. I have the three sections. Sessions. This is the first session. So please have attention. Okay, so we begin. We begin. So are you guys ready? You guys on Zoom here? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, it's all right. It's all right. So this is Illustrator. Okay, this is Illustrator, and um, still produced by Adobe, Adobe software. They have other extensions. They have Photoshop and the rest. Okay, but when it comes to logo, although you can manipulate your way using logos with Photoshop, but when it comes to logo, real logos, logos that will stand the test of time, based on resolution and based on easy editing and other criteria, we prefer to use Illustrator. Okay, and that's what we're going to start with Illustrator, and that's what we're busy on. So, like every other software, the first thing you're going to see, the first thing you see is the dashboard. Okay, like your own screen. Then you see. I hope you guys can, based on Photoshop, you people already understand the screen, right? Based on Photoshop, because Adobe creates their softwares alike. Their softwares are kind of similar. So, Rastos and Rita, I hope you you get. I think there ought to be more than two students, but I think other persons will be able to make it. Um, so Erasmus and Rita, I hope you guys get the dashboard. This is the same dashboard we have on Photoshop.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
yeah. So that's it. So if you want to create um, document, a new document, so you can go through uh, the presets we have, just like Photoshop, we have presets. And but for this one, we'll just take the first one. We'll just take the first one. We'll just take the first one. So I'm going to choose letter. I'm choosing letter, and we'll just try to do something. Try to do something. So the environment is quite different from Photoshop. It's quite different from Photoshop. Just a bit slightly. We'll have kind of some similar tools. And if you look very well, you'll be able to identify some tools, right? Um, right? If you look very closely, you'll be able to identify some tools.
Yeah, some few ones.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. You see the pencil, you'll see the pencil, you'll see um you'll see the selection tool, shape
Yeah,
tool, text tool. What I would tell I like to tell people is that if you want to learn any software and you really want to learn very fast, you learn from inside out. You don't learn from outside in, because some persons who want to learn from Illustrator, they want to start from um I think I'm using a Mac operating system. You might not see my menu bar, but there's a menu bar there. The same thing that Photoshop has: file, edit, object, um, um, type, select, effect. So you would not see it. You will not see it. If I were using a Windows, you would have seen it. But it's the same thing. It is there. You only see the drop down. So I'm hovering on them. You will see it. You will see it. So this is it. This is it. So some persons who want to start from file, cover everything from file, cover everything on object. No, 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 no. I would not advise you to learn that. If you really want to learn um, something speeding review, or you have to learn from inside out, which is start from the most important tools. Okay, start from the most important tools, and that is where I will begin from. That's where I'll begin from. So we have shapes here. We have our shapes. I'm not going to talk too much on this because we covered Photoshop. So there are light tools here. Even from every other design software, there are light tools. You can detect that this is the shape tool. This is Meanwhile, Illustrator is used for a lot of things, and we're focusing on logo design. It's used for a lot of things. It's used for creating illustrations, painting, things like that. But we're focusing on logo design. So let's start from the major tools. So we have square, we have our pen tool, we have our selection tool, um, we have our text tool, we have our eraser tool. So there are lots of basic tools we want to know. Okay. So this is the text tool. This is text tool. And typically, like every other design software, you can increase and decrease the size by dragging at the side from the side. Okay. Same thing. Same thing. Illustrator is quite faster than Photoshop because it's kind of minimal. Photoshop is very heavy. Although Illustrator is very heavy, it's quite heavy too, but Photoshop is heavier than Illustrator. So things move kind of fast, bit fast than Illustrator. So we have our text. You can zoom in and out just by scrolling or scrolling out. Okay. Almost everything is almost the same in Photoshop. Okay. So you have this. So another important thing I would want you to know is your layer panel. Because on Photoshop, you likely see your layer panel at the start. But here, you have to bring out your layer panel, which is this. Okay. At the right side of the screen, we have this stacked um, squares. Um, like these kite shapes. They are stacked. Like they are like stacked. So you can click on it and you have your layer. Okay. This first one houses all the layers you have. Okay. Here we have our main layer. So anytime you're looking for a layer panel, you come here and you would get it from there. You would get it from there. You would get it from there. So you have your text tool. So another important tool is your shape tool. Okay. So we have the property panel, which is at the top. Where I'm over my cursor right now. This property panel. It means if you want to, and this is also another property panel. We have two property panels. If you want to edit this shape, anything that has to do with shape or a layer in particular, we have it here, the right side, and the left top. Okay, you have the stroke here, which is the line of the square. You have the color. So if I change something here, it's going to affect it. So also, you can see the same thing here. If I increase the size of the stroke, you are going to see it here too. So it's the same thing. It's the same thing. So look out for if you want to edit anything as pertaining a layer, then you look to the top left or to the right side of your screen. Okay. So that's for that. That's for that. So we have those two important shapes. So we have another important tool. We have the pen tool. So the pen tool is used for building um, shapes that are not basic. Shapes that are not basic. Okay. We have our basic and geometric shapes, which is square, triangle, those kind of basic. But there are some shapes that um, not basic shapes. Okay, they are not basic shapes. So in such case, what you do is that you use your pen tool to create the shape. I know you've seen something like this in other design software. So that's what the pen tool basically does. And to master this pen tool, sometimes you have to take it will take a lot of time and effort from your own side. I believe guys, you guys were taught. I taught you guys about the shape tool, right? The people on Zoom, I taught you about the shape tool, right?
Shapes, yeah.
So shape tool. I taught you guys about the shape tool. And I don't know if you guys have mastered it like 100% now. And it's quite difficult to master the shape tool, but this is what it is. Okay, it takes some time for you to master it. So that's for that. That's for that. That's for that. So we have two tools, and as we go, we are going to discover other tools. Okay, as we go, we are going to discover other tools. Okay, so Um, so let us try to do something. Like I said, I would like you to learn from inside out, inside out. So let's just try something as we go. You will discover other tools. Okay, and um, let's try something. Let's try something. Let's try something. Let's try something. Like I said, there's one very basic thing um, that would make us use Illustrator. There's one basic that would make us use Illustrator. Okay. For instance, while I was teaching you guys about the theoretical part of branding, I told you that um, okay, or when we started learning about design, I told you that one very important thing about design that you must consider when designing anything at all is symmetry, right? Symmetry. I didn't say cemetery. So in case you mistake it for cemetery, it's symmetry. Symmetry is how aligned your work is. Most times, it's how aligned your work is. We also talk about alignment. It's just having your design um to be balanced. Okay, everything should be at equal proportion. Everything should be at equal proportion. Should be sensible. So that when somebody sees it, it is balanced. Everything's well aligned. If it's right aligned, it's right aligned. Left aligned, left aligned. There's nothing like left, right aligned. You are not mixing on the same element. You can't mix things up. If not, you get it wrong. Okay, so you must take alignment seriously, which is also symmetry plus balance. You must take it seriously. And I taught you guys to draw your logo, draw your concept before you start, right? Draw your concept before you start. And after drawing your concept, you don't just leave it like that. There's what we call digitizing. You have to digitize your concept, which is getting into the computer. Okay, getting to the computer and making it to become digital. That's when you can use it in Illustrator. That's when you can use Illustrator and other software maybe for printing and everything. If you don't digitize it, it will make it useless on your computer. Okay, it makes it useless. There are many people that are very good with paper and pens, drawing and everything, but they've not really started digitizing their work, and that will take another um, it will take them another time to learn how to digitize. But most of them are already used to digitize, they can draw very well, they can also digitize. Okay. So um you guys should be moving to digitizing. That's what I'm trying to move you to or to ensure that you can digitize. Okay. So we did our project and you guys did a couple of things. So concerning symmetry, I talked about symmetry too. So there are some things you would want to be pulling out. There's some things you want to be pulling out to ensure that your logo is well aligned. To ensure that your logo is well aligned, there are some things you want to pull out. Things like your ruler, your ruler. So I'm going to go to view on the menu bar. Once you go to view, you can go to show. So once you go to show, you will see grid. Okay, or just go to rulers. Go to rulers. I think that's for Photoshop. Go to ruler, then you go to show ruler. So you can see the same ruler we have in Photoshop will be here. So all these things is just to ensure that it is straight. Okay, that is straight. So there is basically after digitizing your logo, after digitizing your logo, let me see if I can get anything from the internet. Let me see if I can get any simple sketch logo because I think I can have the time to look for any in my system right now. Hope you guys are not sleeping. I hope you guys are not
So
sleeping.
we can We cannot hear you very well again now.
Okay, since when? Since when?
Hello?
Since
Hello?
when?
So I can hear
Since when?
you.
No,
Okay.
like the voice is cracking.
Are you not sure it's your network, your own network?
Abi? Let me
Rita,
let
is it
me
clear there?
check.
Rita, is it clear there?
Yes, sir. Yes. It's very
You are saying
Let
it's
me
clear. If I'm done with this recording, I can't hear myself. It's better to leave the
So
computer
I
let
out
me
can
so I
hear
can
you.
Okay.
Rita, I
Okay,
can
go
hear
ahead.
clear.
Yes, I can hear you. Even Erastus, I can hear you.
Okay.
Let me try and
So,
change.
so I want us to use I'm just going to get a logo from the internet, and I want us to use it to try something. Okay. I want to just assume we sketch this. Okay. So I'm going to import it to Illustrator. Illustrator is the same thing. Drag and drop. You drag and drop. It's very easy. So you just imagine we sketch this logo. Then, like I told you guys, the next thing for it is either you give it snapshot or you scan it into your computer. But just make sure you get the sketch into your computer. Okay. Then you just increase it to make sure you don't compress the logo. Make sure it's on the actual side. So if you want to increase it uniformly, make sure you are holding shift and alt select. So I will hold this. So we have a logo here, right? Can you guys see a logo that has been sketched? So just imagine that let's say we sketch this,
I can
we
see it.
sketch this. But I didn't sketch it. I just got it from the internet because I want to be very, very, very fast. Okay. So we have a sketch here. So yeah, there are three ways. What we did in the first part, uh, the theoretical aspect where we had the physical class was um, was was like I said, we mostly did the theoretical aspect. Okay, there's what we call after you generated your ideas and everything, you sketch. There's what we call execution. Okay, execution, and that's mainly what I'm doing here. That's the practical session, execution. So there are different softwares you can execute, but we are using Illustrator, which is one of the best, or which I can even consider it like the best. Okay, the best when it comes to industry standard. Okay, I'll go with Illustrator. So we have a logo here that was drawn. If you guys remember very well, I told you to draw something like a graph on your paper, right? You have to remember that all what we are doing is to achieve symmetry. Okay, that's why we have to use our ruler. Okay, what we have here is pretty neat already. It's pretty neat. Like I said before, I did not sketch this. I don't have the time to start looking at my system trying to get it in sketch. That would waste our time. Okay, so I just got a sketch from the internet. I think this is Chase Bank logo, but this is a raw sketch. So like what I advise people is that make your sketch as neat as possible. If you look at the sketch, it is very, very neat. It is very neat. Okay, so it won't give us much stress. So don't just say I have it on paper. I'm going to fine tune it on. I'm going to digitize it and it's going to be fine tuned on my system. No, try to be as perfect as possible on your paper. Okay. So I have my ruler here. So I want to make sure these lines are straight. So I'm going to use my ruler. I'm going to pick a guideline from my ruler. So you just drag the ruler, drag down, you get this vertical line. Okay. From this side, it's horizontal line. Okay, you get horizontal line from this side. So this is what I want to basically do. I want to mark out all the lines. Everywhere I have some joining, so I'm going to drag here. So in a typical situation where I have a lot of time, I'm going to have to be more careful with my measurements to be more precise. Like the space is in between. I'm going to make sure that it is very, very, very accurate. Okay, but for the sake of time, we might not be able to do that. Okay, I'm going to do that. So I have this. and marked out all my lines. So this is what we call digitizing. So I mark out all my lines. I think this is it. This is it. This is it basically. So I'm going to Ctrl Z undo. So I don't think there's any. Okay, I think there's a line here. Yeah, there is a line here, and there is another here. Okay. So this is how we begin. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to trace it. Okay. I'm going to be tracing it, and there are different ways for tracing. Okay. You can either use your pen tool or use your shape tool. Okay. But that would depend. That would depend. Like I said, we have three um, um, logo execution or executing pattern. We have about three. Okay. One, you can use your basic shape, and that depends on what you have on your sketch. Okay. Looking at this, our sketch, we have Erasto, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Looking at
Yes,
this,
I can
our
hear you
sketch.
very well.
Okay. Looking at this, our sketch, we have just basic shape. We have just a right angle triangle and squares. Okay. So these are basic shapes. So there's no need to be using other options. Like I said, we have different um, um, logo designing patterns. We have different patterns, which one is building with basic shapes. Okay, building or digitizing with basic shapes. We have another. We can use grid. Okay, we can use grid, and another we can use golden ratio. There's what we call a golden ratio. So I'm going to show you all of them. So when it's basic shape, it's better you just use um your shape, either your normal shape or you use your pen tool. Okay. We're also making use of grid here. So this is like this is kind of a combination, kind of a combination, but this is not mainly grid. So I'm going to teach you grid for the next session. Okay. Then lastly, I'm going to teach you golden ratio. So these are the main ways of digitizing a logo, executing any kind of logo. Okay. So once you are good with this, you are good to go. Okay. So this is it. So we're using basic shape because we mainly have basic shape here. So I can use um my normal square to trace it and just trace. Make sure everywhere I have a line here, I also have a line here. Okay, I can do that with my square, but I would prefer to use my pen tool. Okay, because the edges will be closed depending on when I want to close it. My rectangle, or my square, the edges are already closed, so although I can still manipulate it and open the edges, but that would take some more time. So why don't just do it the easy way? So we can uh, our work process can be faster. Okay, so I'll just use this because it's basic. So I'll click. So you want to be as accurate as possible. So I'll click. I think I'm supposed to have another line here. So I'll click. I'll make sure I'm here. Then I'll make sure I'm at this point. Make sure I'm at this point. See, this is not straight. This is not straight. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back. So I'm holding shift so that it will be perfect. I'm holding shift so that it will be perfect. If you don't hold shift, your lines will not be straight. Just see. Once I hold shift, it will come back and follow the same route. Okay.
All right.
So hope you get.
Yeah, I understand.
So
You've passed that place.
yeah, I went out of my bounds. So I just want to make sure that I'm in the same place. So I have it here and I have it here. Okay, so that is one. That is one. What I want to do here is that I want to increase my outline. Okay, because right now I can't even see my lines properly. Okay, I can't see my lines properly. So what I want to do is that I want to check my property. Let me check my property. So let me increase the stroke. So you don't want to increase it too much. Okay, let me leave it as 1. Don't you just want to see something. So the first aspect we're going to be the skeletal aspect. Okay, you just get to see lines. So, but it's fine. You just want to see what we're doing. So we're just putting the line. Okay? So start from here. So I have it here. So I'm tracing to that point. I have it here. So I'm going to use my shift. Okay, no, it's not yet time for shift. So I'm going to make sure I'm here. Make sure I'm here. Make sure I am here. Okay. So following my grid. So I have that done. So I'm moving to the next one. I'm going to make sure I have it here. 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 Okay? Don't forget the drill. So just typically tracing it, tracing it, tracing it. So I put it here, move, so I have it here, so I have it here. Make sure I have it here, then make sure I have it here. So that's why most times it's good to draw logos with basic shapes. It's not that you are being lazy, okay? You are um you are bound to achieve a good symmetry when you have basic shapes, okay? Because the human eyes are already used to basic shapes, so it's very difficult for it to not be well aligned in the human eyes, okay? So what I'll just do, I'll delete this guide. You just have to click on them and delete, okay? So I'm going to delete all the guides, delete all the guides. In some cases, if you are not yet sure, then you can still leave it. But this is very, very basic. So I'm sure of the shape I have. So I can delete it. But if you are not yet sure, don't delete it yet. Okay. So, so if you are not yet sure, don't delete it. But basically, I'm sure of what I have. So you can something we for okay, I think we made it okay. We have to make our sketch. We made it a little opaque. Okay. You don't want to be designing while it's 100%. Okay. It would not make sense. It would not make sense. Okay. So you don't be working while it's 100%. Okay. So you can make it a little bit opaque. You can make it a little bit opaque. That's a little bit transparent. Okay. So while you are working, you can see your strokes clearly. Okay. That is very important. That is very important. That's very important. So I'm trying to look for this guy. Okay. Okay. But that's basically it. Make sure your shape is opaque. And where do you find the property? You find it here. Okay. Like I said, the property bar is up here. So you reduce it. Okay. So I'm just going to delete it. I've deleted it because I am done. So what you want to do next is to fill this shape. Fill it. You can highlight everything. You click analyze. You remove the stroke. Then you fill it. You can fill it with black. Most times I like starting with black. So you can see what we have. So I think we have another shape, unwanted shape here. So you can delete it. If you have any unwanted shape, you can delete it. Okay. So you just look at your edges. So I think this is Chase Bank logo. So as you can see, each element here is separated. They are separated. So it means we can change the color if we like. So we succeeded in digitizing this logo. Okay, succeeded. So we can have something like this, and uh, from there you start trying to add typography. Start And when you click the text tool, please don't just put it anywhere. Don't put it on the shape. You have to put it outside. So we can put something here and say, let me just say Maxon. Okay. Let me say Maxon. Or we can get to put it here, Maxon. So this is like a logo. So we can look for a font that will be fitting. So most times there's this arc of looking for font. There's this arc you can use. First of all, look at the shape of your logo. Erastus, are you there? So the shape of
I
this
can hear
logo,
I can
look
hear
at
you,
this
sir.
logo.
Yes.
This logo is lazily square. There's no round. There's no round. The edges are not round, right? So when you are looking for a font, you look for a font that is mainly square. Okay, that's how you get to match
Okay.
your font with your logo. Like you see, this one is square. It's square. Okay.
Okay.
So now I can
Yeah.
group my logo. I'm using Ctrl G. I use Ctrl G to group it. It's not difficult. If your mask has some maybe round, it's kind of rounded. You look for rounded font to match it up. Okay, it's not very difficult to match.
Okay.
But some persons do not know this um secret, so they find it very difficult. Okay, so make sure your mask is at the middle. So I'm just going to use this tool. There's a tool above this place for aligning. Okay, so I've aligned it here. I've centralized it. So it is well centralized right now. It's well centralized. So this is what symmetry can help you to achieve. Our logo is quite neat, quite neat. Okay, quite neat. We can choose to have other versions. We can choose to have other versions. Maybe while we while we deal with presentation, we would do mock-up. Okay, so you can have a logo that has the same logo can have it in front. So you start trying out the different patterns. You can have the logo still. You can have another version that is all black. So this basically are what we start doing. We start creating other versions from here. We start using shape to see how other versions would look. Okay. So just like Photoshop, you can right click, or Photoshop does not do it like this. You have to move the layer. But here you can send a shape to the back. You can change the order of things. So I can arrange. I right click on the shape. I arrange. Go to arrange and send to back. And to go behind. Okay. So something I can do here is now in black, right? So I
Yeah.
can change my logo to white. Let me try my logo on white. So this is how you start getting your different formats, your variations. Okay. Start getting variations. Okay, this thing can work on black. You centralize it again. This thing can work on black. Can work on black. Okay, no, I used the wrong one. Okay, so you see, this is how you start working. This is how you start working. Start in different variations. You can do it white or red. You just have to get different variations. Okay, so that's
Yeah.
basically how you digitize geometric shapes. So you see why it's better to when you are drawing a logo, you draw something you imagine that you can execute. Okay, let us create a grid. So I'll take this out of the way. I'll take that out of the way. Let's build a grid. So a grid is simply a combination of boxes. It's just like a graph. Okay, they are all equally. They have all equal sizes. Um, just sometimes the sizes will be equally distributed. Okay, so we start by we can use our pen tool. Use our pen tool. Um, So you just draw from one end to another. Okay. When you draw it, make sure you are holding your sheet. Make sure you are holding your sheet. If not, it will not be straight. Okay. Make sure you are holding your sheet. Then you draw like this. And you press enter. Okay. Then I can shift it. Oh, sorry. I want it to be close to the side. So I'll just draw it. here. I'll just draw it here. Draw it like this. So I hold my shift and I have this. See, I press my enter. So another thing is that you want to make sure you are seeing what you can see what you are doing. The stroke is out, but I'm going to give it like one PT. Okay, that will be okay. Like I said, in Illustrator, you have the properties here at the right hand side. Okay, that properties here. So what I want to do next is to duplicate it. Okay, first of all, you use Alt left, duplicate it. You can hold your shift here, hold your shift so that it will be equally distributed. So you know the gap you want based on the logo you get. If you know the gap you want, okay, if you know the gap you want. So let's have this. I think I'm satisfied with this. I don't want it to be cheap. Okay, so we have this. So the next thing you want to do is to duplicate. So you just press Command Z, Command Z, Command Z, Command Z. Or if you're using a Windows system, Control Z. Okay, so I have this. I have this. So this is the first part. So I'm just going to shift a bit. This is the first aspect of the whole thing. And then secondly, what I want to do is to group it. I'll group it by pressing Ctrl Z. You can use a Mac Command V. Okay. So after you group it, you want to rotate it. You want to rotate it. Okay. You want to rotate it. There is a simple grid. There's what we have. We call it very simple grid. It's very simple. I will start with a simple grid. Okay. You want to rotate. There's a rotating or rotation or a rotate tool rather. There's a rotate tool here. So you can click on it, double click on it, and to bring out this menu here. So what you want to do, you want to add a degree. So I will add I think this should be 40. No, this should be 45 degrees. No. Okay, this should be 90. Let me see 145. Okay, so let's just say 0 degrees. So I'll just after clicking that, I'll just click copy. Okay, or it's simpler way of doing this. Let's just do simpler way of doing this. I'll just press Ctrl C and Ctrl V, or um I think let's stick to this. Let's stick to this. Let's stick to this. So I'll just create a copy like this. Let's just rotate it. Let's rotate it. So make sure it is very straight, make sure it is super straight. And then once it's done, I have my grid. So this is the simplest grid you would ever have. This is the simplest grid you would ever have. Okay. If you have a logo that is all squares, okay, you can use this grid and you would get your logo very, very you get your logo to be very, very accurate. Okay, when it comes to the proportions, you get it very, very accurate. So what I can do here is that I can now use my shape builder to create what I want to create based on what I sketched on paper. So for instance, if what I sketched on paper is let's just imagine something. So you have all your squares. So what you want to group everything together. Like I said, there are different kinds of grids. This is the simplest one. From here, we would move to another complex grid, a kind of geometric grid. So we have this, and what we want to do now is to build our shape, okay? And there's a tool we have here, which is called the shape builder tool. Shape builder tool. Shape builder tool. This will help us to build our shape, maybe the shape of what we have sketched, okay? So we have this here. So you can see if you point it to any of these enclosed boxes. It's not enclosed, it won't work. Any of the enclosed boxes, you see like a grid, a very tiny grid on it. So this means that you can create a shape with that. So what you do, you click and drag. For instance, if I have a shape like this, so but first of all, set I would like to set this your initial color to black. And what you do is that just these two boxes you have here, one is for the stroke, one is for the fill. So just set the fill, double click on it, and set it to black. Set it to black, okay? And so let me see. Let me say we have a logo like this. Let me say we have a logo like this. Let me see. So grids are amazing. Grids are amazing. And so we have a logo like this. Okay, we have a logo like this. So it's all squared. It's all squared. That's the amazing thing about it. So you've got your logo, and it is so active. You can see the equal amount of space. That is this. Okay, it's all squared. So what you want to do next, after building it, what you want to do next is to remove the outline. Okay, remove the outline, and you can see how accurate it is. Or better still, you can just trying to look for a more easy way to achieve that. Okay, so let's set it back to normal. Let's set it back to normal, and let's see what we can do. Okay, so you have a logo like this. Let me see, it's easy. Just calling it easy or something. So what you can do is that you will want to take off the stroke. So that's the symbol of doing that is on group. Okay, on group it. Then okay, then you delete. That is it. Like I said the other time, you have to be sure before you take away the grid. You have to be sure that you've gotten the exact shape you want to get. Okay, that's what you do before you even think of taking off the grid. Okay, but if it's not, it's good to take have an extra copy. Have an extra copy of what you've done. So this is what we have, and it is so straight, so straight. So when you are drawing your logo, when you are sketching your logo, you should be able to picture how the grid would look. Be able to picture it to look on grid. Okay, be able to picture it to look on grid. So I'm going to come back here, but um, I'm going to come back here, but I just want someone else to sketch something. Erastus, are you there? Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Came late to class. You came late to class. Um,
I
so
I was outside before. I was outside.
okay. So I want you to just sketch something. Sketch a squarely logo. Sketch it. When you sketch it, just put it on your camera so I will see. So use it as another example. Okay.
I should sketch something now.
Sketch something now. Yes, anything. Just a um square kind of square kind of logo. Just sketch. Okay. So
Okay.
this is just do that very quickly so we can use that as a sample. Okay. So that's the most simple way of doing. Okay. So I would keep this aside. I'll keep it aside. So let us move to I'll keep this aside. So we are going to make another kind of grid. We'll make another kind of grid. This one is going to be a bit complex. Okay, it will be a bit complex because you don't just have logos that are just straight. Sometimes you might have triangular logos. Okay, so you want to let me see. So if you want to create triangular grids, this is what you do. This is what you do. It's not the same pattern. This one is very simple. Just put it aside. Put all this aside. Okay. So what you want to do is that you align and you group. So after you group, oh, I was making a copy of it. So you align and you group. You group. So after you group, then you will have to rotate. You have to rotate it. Okay. Oh, did I ungroup this? Group. Then you double click on this rotate tool. Okay, it's just at your toolbox on your toolbar. You find it there. Look close. You find it there. Rotate. It has this kind of recycle icon. Okay, so you double click, and yes, you use 60 degrees. Then you press OK. Oh, you have to do copy. Sorry. Okay, click copy so that it makes a copy. Okay, so you have this, and the next thing you want to do is the same thing again. You double click, then you make another 60 degrees with copy. So this is what we call a diagonal grid. Okay, they are more complex diagonal grids, but would we would begin from here. We'll begin from here. Okay, we'll begin from here.
So hello, sir.
You have something now.
Hello?
You have something now. I can hear you. Do you have something now?
I want to ask a question about this grid.
Okay. Hope it's not a question that would come because maybe what we've done before you came, because I'm not sure I'll repeat myself. Then it's going to be about that. So let me hear you. Let me hear you first.
I said the grid, you just duplicate it.
Yeah, basically you just duplicate. You just duplicate. Okay. I duplicated, I
Alright.
rotated for this complex triangular grid. I duplicated, then I had to rotate it use 60 degrees.
Alright.
And you saw this on this tool. Rotate tool. Okay. So do you have anything there
Yeah.
now? Once you
I've not
have,
drawn
then
something.
move ahead. Move ahead. So these are different kinds of grids. This is triangular grid. This is normal square grid. Okay.
Yeah.
This is okay. This is the combination. Okay. So most times this is more complex. This is more complex. This is more complex. Let's see if we can add something to this. Let's see. 90. No. 45. Let's try one. Let's make a copy. Let us see if we can. So I think this is a more complex grid. It's a more complex grid. But we have something that it can take it consists of both this one and the concept of the angular grid. I didn't want to get it this complex, but I think let us go.
So
Like
can we like use this grid to create like that BBC logo something?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Depending. Yes, we can. You mean like a text, like a word mark, right?
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Yes, yes, we can. We can. Most times, artists they don't want about grid. Don't want about grid because they use it for lettering. Okay, they use it for lettering, but
Yeah.
it's very complex. What?
I browsed out one square logo. I don't know if it will be okay.
I needed you to sketch something, just anything. If you don't have a sketch,
Okay.
don't worry. Um, you can just sketch anything, any kind of mark that will get you to this. If Erastus is not able to do it, then you can just do it. We have just a few minutes remaining. Then you can do that quickly. Something we can just make out of this. So if you guys don't have something, I'll just try to create something. Let's assume I drew something. Let's assume I sketched something. Um, so
Let me snap this.
first of all, I would group the entire grid. I would group it. Most times, if you know your grid is not going to have diangular, or your logo is not going to have any diangular shape, it is better you use this one because this would confuse you. Don't use this when you don't have when your logo does not consist of any diagonal shape, okay? I'm just going to use it just for an example so that you know that we've done one that is just square and we'll move to one that is diagonal, okay? So we have normal square grid, so we have diagonal grid, okay? And then even diagonal grid, there are different kinds of diagonal grid, but it depends on what you want to achieve, okay? It depends on what you want to achieve. I would advise that do not make your grid too complex. Okay, if it's um, your logo is just going to have squares, then just make use of this simple grid. Do not try to do a triangular grid. Your logo will only have squares. Okay, and if your logo is going to be only diagonal lines and maybe there are no straight lines, then there's no need to have this. You can take this out. There's no need to have this because to make it more complex and it's going to overwhelm you. Okay, so just stick to that. Stick to that. So I'm going to get something in. I'll get something in. Maybe I'll get a design in so we can do something. Okay, so we have something here. I'm just going to drop it. We have something here, just a sketch, a random sketch, the logo. So I would ask you because you've been following Erastus. So looking at this, which grid are we going to use? Which of the grids are we going to use?
You'll use a triangular grid.
Diangular, triangular, diangular. Okay, diangular grid. And looking looking closely at this, you can see that the distance from here to here is very short. While distance from here to here, distance from here to here rather is times two of from here to here. I hope you can notice that. So I hope you can notice that, Erasmus. So
Yes, yes.
that that will determine how you draw your grid. So it means we have to draw another grid. And this time, um, we are going to have um, we are going to have um, thinner lines. Okay, we are going to have thinner lines between a part of it. Okay, and the other part of it can be like times two of it. So I think we'll have a tinier grid. Let's have a tinier grid, okay? So I'm just going to set this aside so that we can create another grid. Like I said, like I said, the grid you are going to use is determined by the way your logo is. Okay. So do we have vertical lines here? Look closely. Do we have vertical lines here? Look at it. Do you have any vertical lines here?
They are kind of like slanted, sure.
That's like a diagonal line. So we don't have any like proper vertical line. So it means we would have no
Yeah.
business creating a vertical line. So let's create horizontal. We are going to create horizontal lines. And okay, this is one. So let's duplicate. Like I said, it has to be closed. It has to be closed. Okay, it has to be closed. So we can use here. Can use here. So we start duplicating. Start duplicating. Start duplicating. Okay. I believe this is enough. This is
So,
enough.
so what's the shortcut for duplicating?
As Windows Ctrl Z, resume Mac Command Z. Okay, but you have to set a what do I say now? You have to set call it this, what do you call this? Set an example for it before you start duplicating. So just set one example. So I'll just click this, and I have this already. I don't have to make it very, very complicated by increasing the line, just making it to fill my page. So I know this is where my logo is going to be. So there's no need of doing too much complex page. So the diagonal line we have, okay, we have two diagonal lines. So we're going to create the first one. Let me set this to 60 degrees. I'm going to set it to 60 degrees, a copy 60 degrees, and I'm going to create a copy. Yeah. So I have this. So I have another one again, right? So I set another 60 degrees like that, create a copy. So this is what that logo basically consists. Okay, this is what it consists. So let's try to create something. Let's try to create something. So something else you can do is to try to fit in this logo here. Okay, just find the part, try to fit in. It might not actually fit in, but just find the spot that you can kind of make it fit in. Okay, so what you can do, or might not actually be
I think
able.
ours is smaller.
Yeah, yeah, ours is smaller. Ours is smaller. So, but anyway, you just um reduce the opacity. Okay, you just want to use it to know what you're doing.
Processing.
It's not that okay. So I've reduced the opacity, and I can begin. And we grouped it. We have not grouped it yet. We have to group our. We have to group our. Let me take away this. Trying to import this in our. Let me take this away for a moment so I can highlight everything. So I'm going to group this first. Then you hope you are following. Hope you are following. Okay. So I'll bring this back, find that sweet spot. So it's a bit faint, but I trust you can see it. Trust you can see it. Okay. So I think it should be okay. Yeah. So I can leave it
Yes,
there.
sir. Yes.
So I'll start tracing, although it's faint, but I already know the path I want to take. Okay. I think it's like two box each, two box each. And that's the essence of doing a grid. So the second I want to do, I want to set my field to black. Let me set my field to black. Okay, so I'll start from here. Let me use this two box. But the pattern is just two box. Um, okay, so you have to zoom in. You have to zoom in. So I'll just do something. I want to reduce the size of this stroke. Okay, let me reduce the size. Let me reduce the size so I can see what we are doing, okay? So I'll just reduce the size so I can get to see what I'm doing. And I'll go back to my, okay? So I'll just scribble. Okay, sorry, I've not set my scene. Very quickly. I don't want to waste time on this. Okay, so I'll just start selecting. I'll scribble on this the path I want. Okay, make sure you do not make any mistake. Okay, make sure you don't make any mistake. So uh, it's basically what you do. Basically what you do. Okay, so I have this. Also, like upon it. If you don't get it right the first time, you can go back to it as much as possible. Okay, okay. I think I would use this slide. Yes. Okay. This is typically what you do. Typically what you do. So imagine your grill is over complex. You'll be very confused. So I one one. This is two. Okay. Two. Yeah, I'm finding it difficult to see how uh this went. Okay, I think it's something like this. Yeah, I'm finding it difficult to anyways. We'll just stick with the part we can see later. We can reference the original sketch. Okay? But for now, let's just do the major part we are able to see. Okay, let's go with the part we're able to see. And I have this. I'll go from here also. Cover this. Go from here and cover this. Okay. Or to be one page. I have this. I take one. Is it difficult, guys? Can you guys hear me? Is it difficult?
No, not very much.
Hmm, I hope we're getting it right. I hope we've not lost our way. I think we lost something. So most times you have to count. You have to count. You have to count. Okay, you have to count. I think we missed something, but we're just going to leave it like this. Probably we didn't. So when you are done, you check all your lines, cross check, cross check. So what I'll basically do, especially if it's a very difficult read like this, I would have a duplicate copy in case I miss anything. Okay, in case I happen to miss anything, I'll be able to go back to it. So apart from that, I'll just ungroup, then I'll select. I think this mark can stand alone. So I would. So I think I can delete this. I can delete this. Delete. Then I would have this ungroup. Remember, I'm not taking it completely. I will hold my outer left so I can um have the main logo here. So have a logo like this. Um, done with grid. Okay, you can certainly you can make adjustments. Okay, you can make adjustments. Sometimes I come back to it if I have to make the edges rounded. I do that. Okay, how do you make the edges rounded? You just click on your direct selection tool. Okay, and this circle will pop out at the edges. Okay, so even if you want to, sometimes the technique to use or the logic to use is that even if your edges are rounded, go with a square grid, go with a grid, okay? You don't have to go and look for maybe try to give the shape. Go with a square grid. Then later on, once you are done with it, you click it. Then you click once you click direct selection tool, the edges, these circles are going to appear on the edges. It shows you can manipulate them. You manipulate one, you manipulate all of them. So I can um make my edges circular, okay, if I want. Remember what I told you about logos? It's circular, it becomes more friendly, things like that. Okay. If there are some edges you don't want to be circular, you can release them from being circular. Just that you have to hold your sheet. Something like here, you can click and do it. Click. Make sure you have clicked. Once you click, once you selected that little circle here is selected, then means it's going to affect just that portion. Okay. Then I can make this side because I have to make so that it has that okay. So it depends on what you want to do. It depends on what you want to do. You can make some size. Depends on what you want to. It depends on the effect you want to create. So most times, so depends on you. Depends on you. Depends on you. So you can do this as well. Do this as well. So it depends. So sometimes you don't get to use what you sketch, what you sketch. But as you can see, let's leave it. Let's make it rounded. Okay, let's make it rounded. So we have this logo. Let me see what I can do. My eyes are already telling me that this thing is not balanced. So but everything you do, make sure it's balanced. Make sure it's balanced. Make sure it feels right. Make sure it feels right. So we have this, and yesterday I thought you have to match types and logos, right? I thought you have to match types and logos. So I'll just this does not look proper to me, so um, I will just take it back to a square look. Okay, I'll take you back to square look. So what do we do now? We have to look for a type for it. Let's look for a type. Let's look for a type. So let me see. Let me see.
Can use a Vixen.
Use what?
Vixen, Vixen.
That's if I have it in my system. It's not in my system.
Oh no,
So
not the font, so like the text, like the
oh, you
name, the
don't
name.
you don't have to take it to a client.
No. I just
You
think
just
it's matches. There's like something like V and X inside there.
can even put G wagon. Okay,
Yeah.
because I can see a G and a W there. So it depends. Anything can work. Okay, so just make sure
Yeah.
that's an app, right? So we have something like this. This can also work. This one can work because everything is quite straight. But you can still try out other things. You can try out other things. You can start trying out other things. It all depends on what you want. Okay. Like I said, uh, okay. Let me group. Control G. Control G. Let me create square at the back. So it depends on what you want to create. It depends. Arrange them to back. Okay. So from here you start experimenting. If it would work, if it would work on white, okay, you start experimenting. Would it work on white? So going to work. So you experiment again. Is it
Yeah.
going to work? No. When I put it side by side, is it going to work? So these are the things you experiment. Is it going to work when I put it side by side, just like this? Is it going to work? So you try different things. You try different things. Try different things. So you can group this. You can group this. Maybe have another have another square here. Have another square here. Then let's make it. Let's say their color is you can try out different things. Let's say it is let's say this kind of dark navy green. Okay, you can try out different things. You can try out different things. So in this case, you can make this white. Okay, so but it seems that this text is not bold enough. This text is not bold.
Yeah. Yes.
You can try out other font style. That other
Yeah. This one.
uh,
Sure.
area. You don't do something that is too long, because you have to avoid all this too long font. You want to do something that is almost same weight.
Yeah. This one is okay now.
Mm. So what I can do is to reduce this here. Make sure everything is all centralized. You can see that the weight has shifted. So it just depends. You just experiment. Okay, experiment. It doesn't mean that you leave it in just black and white. No. Sometimes you can see that maybe it being on the side does not really work. Okay, it might not work in some scenarios. So you just take note of that. Okay, so when you are creating your brand guidelines, you you don't allow them to to you don't allow them to use it together like that. So it depends on you. Depends on you. So you can have something like this. Just experiment. Just experiment. 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 Something like this. Something like this. This can be green like this. It depends on you. So so that's how you basically do it. Okay, you start experimenting. Then from there you can export it as PNG. Then you use it to create mockups. Okay, use it to create mockups. So that's how you execute with read. So that's it for today. That's it for today. We've done a lot. Done a lot. Oh, Erasmus, I hope you get it. We are closing
Yeah,
now. I hope you get it. Okay. So that's it. That's it basically. So thank you guys for joining. See you in the last session. Next session we'll talk about golden ratio, how to execute using golden ratio, and that is kind of more complex. Okay, it's kind of more complex.
okay.
So and that will take us to the last technique to use. Now to make your logo balance is what um we call it the golden ratio. Golden ratio. Have you heard of it before? The golden ratio.
You discussed it in class that time.
Okay, we call it the golden ratio or the divine proportion. Okay, and don't forget everything. All this technique we're trying to do is to make our logo balanced or symmetric. Okay, so there is um, there is this notion that um, beauty beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder, right? You've heard that before. Okay,
Yeah.
so so scientists they came up with this. Even in mathematics, you study it in mathematics. So it's called the golden ratio of Fibonacci uh, theory. Okay, so they studied it and they tried to know, okay, what is what shape can we use to constantly make things aesthetically pleasing. Okay, because now people say beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder, right? Beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. So what can we do to make to make these things beautiful? Like always create beautiful things. What can we do? Is it just by mistake if we should create beautiful things? Is it by mistake? Or why is it that we see beautiful things and we all, at least to an extent, we all agree that this thing is beautiful? What is the characteristic that all beautiful things have? And one of those things is symmetry. All beautiful things are equal. So I think I've told you guys before that if your nose is at one part of your head and it's not balanced, that's how you know somebody you just have that sense that this person is ugly because something is not intact. Something is not intact. So and they came up with this theory, the golden ratio or divine proportion. They call it divine proportion, and they just created a way of having um, a good proportion, just always making your work a measurement that would always make your work symmetric. Okay, symmetric. That would always make your work be in the right proportion. Always, yeah, always is always. Okay, and they tried at this. They really tried because they got out, and it was a number really 1.18. So this is like we call it a divine number, divine proportion. Okay, this is like super number that you can use. Okay, to make your sequence or your composition. They use it in web design. Funny enough, they use it in web design. When you see them having a sidebar, you see the sidebar is a particular size, while the main side takes a particular shape. So you know they use golden ratio to ascertain all that. How do you know the size of the sidebar? You have to use golden ratio to really know. If you just do it like that, you won't get it properly. You won't get it properly. So most times golden ratio is in this, and you can find it in nature. You can find it in nature. You can find it in flowers, different things. You can find it. You can find it in nature. It, it's all in nature. Okay. Like if you look at what is in the screen right now, you will see. So you might not understand it at first, but I'll make you understand it. I'm trying to get the overview. So this is it. You'll find it in nature. Most times you think, why is this thing? God just put it like that. God just and people are able to study. Okay, this is why most things in nature you find it and look at nature. It's very beautiful. It's very beautiful because it is in the right proportion. Even our face, body ratio. If you measure this, if you use this proportion to measure your face, somebody that is face is the right proportion, you see it is the same thing. It was used in our face. You can research more on it. So it can even be used in text and everything. In text. For instance, I have this heading here. Are you following me? Stuff.
Yes, yes.
So you have this heading here now. So how do you know what to give the body? How do you decide to give the body? Do you just use your eye? It's okay. No. I know this heading is how many points? Let me see. Uh, let me see. Let me see. This is 20, right? Or let me see 70. So how do you know what to give the body text? Let me see. You have a text like this. You have a text. How do you know what to give it? How do you know the right proportion, the exact proportion to give it? So that you are not guessing. You know you are not guessing. How do you know the right proportion to give it like to be beautiful? Do you just give it like this? Okay, it's yes, I know it's this. You will know that something is missing. Your brain is just going to know that something is missing. I'm not getting something. But when you work with golden ratio, you will get it correctly. For instance, this if I want to know what to give this, what I simply do is that I divide what is this? I divide uh this by what do you call it now? How many is there? 70, right? That's are you
Yeah,
following? I
70.
divide okay by
Yes.
70. So if I divide it by 1.618, what do I have?
It gives 43.263.
It means that this this should be ideally 46, right? 46 point what?
43.263.
Right?
263.
Right. Okay. So this should be a good size to use. Okay. What if I'm not okay with this and I feel it's too big? And I say, okay, no, I don't like this. It's quite big. It's still contending with this. I can divide it again. I can divide it again. 1.618. So it's just like that, right? So you see, but in a normal base, I can just do it like this, just reducing, and I won't get what is right. Hope you are getting me. So for instance, you have a logo,
Yeah.
you have a logo that has a logo that has a sub this thing here, maybe Golden International. So you should know the right proportion to use. You get this is just fit
Yeah.
well. Just fit well without stress. You know, okay, this would surely work. This is what I should do. So it's called the divine proportion, the divine number. So how do you now apply it to logos? How do you apply it to logos? That's what we're going to study today. It's not graphics we are doing. That's what we call it. They even use it to create graphics outline. Your layout. If you want to create a graphics design, you can use to create your layout. You can use to create your layout. Okay? But we are not doing design class. So for instance, we have this, and majorly it is used for logos with circular parts. Okay, and today we have a logo here. This is one of my logos I did a very long time ago, years ago, maybe like 5 years ago. So it's for a brand, sweetness cake. Sweetness cake. So what I try to do is I try to include S, and if you look at this very well, what can you see? The entire shape. What is it creating? What's the entire shape creating?
Like, what was the name of the brand?
What is the entire shape creating? If you don't know the name of the brand, what is this? The entire shape,
It's
what
like
is it forming?
something flowing, like it's something flowing.
This is, if you look at it, you will see a cake. This is a cake. Look at it very well. It's a cake.
I think
And
the
the
first time I
color,
saw it, I thought,
you thought
eh?
it was what? You thought it was what?
I thought it was like a, I don't know how to explain it, sha, but
Well, now you can see the cake,
I
right?
saw, yeah, I saw the wavy pattern at first.
So that's just it. The cake. The cake is hidden. The cake with like different
Bread
like
shape.
let me see. Yes, like bread shape, like stripe that has stripe design. That's what you're seeing here. And the PS, you see the letter S. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So so most times for logos with circular parts, you use golden ratio. So how do you get to create golden ratio? If you look at this side now, we have something here. We have something here. We have different circles. So these different circles, do you just carry circles and start creating? No, no, no. You have to know the just like the way we use our shape. Do you remember the shape builder?
Is
Do you remember the shape builder
come
tool?
again, sir?
Do you remember the shape
Shape
builder
builder.
tool? Yes.
The one we did in the first class.
Let's set class. What we used to build our shape.
Yeah.
The shape builder tool. The same tool we're going to use here. So these
Okay.
circles are were gotten from the divine proportion. You get the divine proportion. For
How
instance,
did
you
you
see
get
this
them,
is
sir?
okay. Let me show you. This is 10, 10. It's the same thing we're doing. We're going to be dividing the number. You get? We're going to be dividing the
Okay.
number. We have this, right?
Yeah.
So uh okay, let's start from this so you understand. So this is 20 by 20, right?
Oh, yeah.
Let me just start from the biggest one. So what is this? This is three don't worry, just leave that.
390, 339.
This is the way you understand. So for instance, I have a square here and it's quite equal, right? It's equal, right?
Yeah.
So my square is the same size. So how do I get the square that would be next to it? How do I get it? How do I get it? What I need to do is to divide it, right? That's what we did, right?
Yeah, by
Right?
1.618.
So I'm going to divide it now by 1.618, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this I get the next one, right?
Oh,
So let me duplicate it. So I will have to. So I divide it. This is my transform aspect of Illustrator. You see, instead of to be reducing this thing, I can just put the exact value there. The same thing I'm doing, but I want to be very precise. That's why I'm putting the exact value. Do you get?
okay. Yeah.
Do you get? So, or let me make it more. Let me make it more precise. Let me say here is 150, right?
Okay.
Let me say yes. So we have 150, and why is working like this? Because I've linked it. If I link it, anything I put in the width will go to the height, right? It's going to go to
Yeah.
the height. So I have 150 here, so I'll divide it by 1.618, right? But I have to duplicate this first. I have to duplicate this first. I have to duplicate this first before I change it. Okay, so I'm going to dividing it by 1.618, right? So I'm going to put it here.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to put it here. So I make sure it's the same one. Okay, I put it here. So what's the next thing to do? I have to divide this, right?
That again.
Divide again, right? If I
Yeah.
divide this by divided by what 1.18, right?
618. Yeah.
Are you not surprised that it's just fitting into the this thing? Is it not surprising that it's just fitting in? It's surprising, right? So
Yeah, it's
that's why it's called the divine proportion. Okay, okay. So you keep doing that until you get to where you want. Okay, you get to determine where you want to end, but you have a number of squares. So to get all these circles, because our logo is circular. So to get all these circles, what I do is very simple. It's very simple. I draw. Okay, I just simply draw.
okay.
I just simply draw, and I make sure it's the same size with it. What you get, and Illustrator will help you to snap this thing. When it's there, you will know. When it's
Okay.
over, you will know. Okay, so that is how you draw. You see, you will know. Okay, this is it. You can see that it's crossing this part. So this is it. So this is how you create all these circles. You create circles for this part, but you make it as big as you want it to be. Okay, so that's how you get all these circles.
Okay.
So what I simply did. This is what I did here. Hope you can see it. You can see square,
Yeah.
square, square, and circles. So you can reduce all these things to, but the things that if you are reducing it, you have to reduce them the same time. Okay?
Yeah.
So that nothing going to shift. So that's how I arranged all these circles here. So it's very simple. It's very simple. So you start picking. If your logo is a circular logo, which we have here, so what you start doing is that I'm going to reduce your opacity a bit. Okay? Then I'm going to try to lock the layer. Let me try to lock the layer. I'm locking the layer so it does not move. Okay. So what I'll start doing is start picking the circle that is the same size. Okay. So that you don't disrupt what you have there. You just pick circles that are the same size. This one is not the same size. You can pick circles that will cover the size. Just as if you are tracing it. Okay. Golden ratio is more complex to achieve. So you find the one that is the same size. Make sure it is on point. Make sure it is on point. Normally, you know that your what they call it now, your your drawing will not be, it would not be perfect, right? It will not be perfect. So you have to look beyond your drawing. Okay, you have to look beyond your drawing. Make sure make sure every single line is straight. See what I told you to. Okay, look beyond your drawing, really, right? That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I can see it.
Oh, you will not get this one. So okay. So everywhere you have this, you put it there. This one is smaller, so you just look for a smaller circle. Just look for a smaller circle, something that is next to this one. You can see that I'm not completing well, I'm just duplicating it. I hold my outer I
Yeah.
drag it out. Yes, I look for a circle that is this size, and I put it here. No, this one is not big enough. So I look for the one that follows. Let me try this. Okay, this works. Okay. Um, it has not been solved again. So that's how you duplicate. You solve. And this one is to you trace everything. Okay, you trace everything. Like say this, trace this, trace this. Once again, no, this is a bigger circle. A bigger circle.
That's too small.
It's small here. It's like I picked all the circles here. Let's see what here. So if you know that your drawing is not perfect, the more reason you know that your drawing is not perfect. Okay, so you have that here. So where is left? Where is left? I think this is going to take off. We needed our grid. We needed our grid, our grid, our grid, our grid. So we have this. We have to make up for this part. So if you are not very good, you are going to get confused. While you are marking at this point, you are going to get confused. Don't even try to reduce the circle. Don't dare. Don't dare to reduce any circle. Just use it the way it is. This now is quite small. Let me use it. Sometimes your shape might be wrong. You have to check very well. Shape might be wrong. So where is left? Where is left? Where is left? In this part. Right. Can you see? It's too small. So
Yes.
can you? Is it confusing now?
Yeah, the thing is kind of messy, sure.
That's just it. That's just the way it is. That's the way it is. So logo design is not easy. If you want to do it the right way, it's not easy, not at all. Not easy. Not easy. So I believe everywhere has been cleared. Everywhere has been cleared. So what I did is I light everywhere. So when I highlight, this is my shape builder tool. I use my shape builder tool, then I make sure that it is black.
What about what
This
about the
is black.
edges?
Which edges? Which one?
Like like this whole bottom, the main shape of the thing. Okay. How do we cut the
Uh,
bottom off?
okay. So you are saying that. I think we have to put something there. But your shape is too complex. You barely see all these things. You can put one here. You can put another here. Okay. Hmm. So that's it. So start to make sure it's black. Make sure it's black before you start. Make sure it's black. So this is a bit confusing, but you have to see why I said you have to shade, do your shading. As I said, you have to do your shading. Yeah. Zoom if you have to. Does not matter if some parts are not straight. After you are done, you can make them straight. Just
So
need to
how do
get
you
your.
like make sure that after you hold this thing, it remains? The time I tried it, everything went back. Like,
You have to remove your hand. Remove your hand.
are you
Click
holding
and
any other key apart from just your mouse?
just click and drag. That's the thing. Click and drag. Just click and drag. We did a bad work here. There is no covering for this. It's a bad work. Let me see if I can quickly add it. Oh, keep working. Back to black. Okay, keep working. Keep working. Keep working. Working. Yeah, let me cover somewhere very well. That place is not photo, but yes, if you can cover somewhere very well. You need to make sure everywhere is properly covered. Everywhere is properly covered. You don't even work. Okay? There ought to be something here. There ought to be something here. It has to be a bigger one. Okay. We just it has to be bigger. You don't worry if it's not looking. Most times you can fine tune. Okay, you can fine tune always. What am I doing? I've not changed it to black. Most times it's okay, you can fine tune. You can fine tune. This shape is very, very, very complex. It's very complex. Like I think even for the Twitter logo, golden ratio was used for Twitter logo. Twitter previous logo, 550. Previous logo of Twitter. Golden ratio was used. Okay, have this. Hmm. Typically, there are some adjustments to make. Okay, there are some adjustments to make. Okay, there are some adjustments to make. But first of all, you have to get rid of all this. So I'm just going to select this out. Select this out. I'm going to paste it somewhere else. Hmm. Since you have this, you can start making adjustments. Making your curve, make your curve clean. So one of the acts for working with shape tool is that make your points less. Okay, the lesser your points, the more accurate you become. The lesser your points, the more accurate. The lesser your points. If you're having many points like this, you would have to look for ways to straighten your points. Straighten your points. So like I was saying, no, this thing is perfect as first when you do your first adjustment or you apply your first grid or anything, whether it's grid or anything, most times you're likely to find some little errors, okay? But you want to finish the major thing first, and that was what we did here. So we are trying to get the shape to match what we have. Like I said, you have to make the point as little as possible, as little as you can. Okay. So since I already know what I have, the overall shape, so I can begin to tweak this. Remember, we don't have any straight shape here, so you have to try as much as possible to avoid anything straight. Okay. Okay. So we'll have this. We'll have this here. It's moving down. No. So, I would have started with a very less complex. This is your first time. Sometimes you just have to use your okay. Let's get this very point. Let's get this very point. You have to remember that nothing is completely straight. If you're finding anything, try as much as you can to avoid anything being straight. Okay? Sometimes you have to get your reference. Let me get our reference so I know what I'm doing. I think it should be here. Yes, yes. Let's get it. Let me see what it really looks like. Okay. So sometimes we just have to use our pencil to create what we want. Like I said, this shape is very, very, very complex. Very complex. Very complex. Okay. If we have that, we can create this. Start to work on this. Create this. Since you have your overall shape in your mind, have your overall shape in mind, you want it to look like what you have in your mind. You want it to look like what you have in your mind. Um, let's try this side. These points are much. These points are too much. I must put on like is in good ratio. So you look at your points, like all these points that are not straight. The responsibility to make them straight. That's perfect. Uh, which other points? Which other points?
I think we've gotten a lot too. But the back of that middle one.
This one.
Yes, yes. The back there.
I mean, really see that. Um, we have somewhere like this. Sometimes you have some you have to adjust them. Adjust. Nice. Close all this place. And what do you have again? Mm, Sometimes you have to make some further adjustments. Uh, you need that part again. Okay, something. Primary school, no use. That is a very complex shape like this. Suppose we just use shape two and just let it go. We just use shape two, let it just go. Mhm. This has to be soft. That's be very soft. Let's see. So I'll just pick it to the side and take this to the side. Get up to the side. See what this has become. So, depending on the time you have, you can still fine tune. You can still fine tune until you get what you want. Okay? Until fine tune until you get what you want. So, have something like this. Uh, you can choose to. But I'm going to try to move the strokes. Move the stroke. You can choose to just to give it color you want. Color you want. If you want. So, say, So doing the typography now becomes the next challenge. So sometimes logo that has two words attached to it, sometimes it's quite difficult to handle. But do you have any fonts which you suggest for this based on what you've learned?
Fonts with maybe the ones that are also wavy,
Yeah,
just like the logo.
the wavy also. The wavy should be font that is almost freehand or kind of round.
Yeah.
Okay. Most times why we use thick and light is to get contrast. We use thick and light fonts to get contrast. Okay. We use them to get contrast. Contrast. So this one is kind of very I can look for another one that's a bit rounded. Sometimes you can try reducing it to what you would have. Try as you are trying you see what would work. You see what
I think
would
the logo should be equal to the shape of the text, top and bottom. Okay.
you're working, you see what would work. I just try multiple things and see what would work. I'm trying another one. What works best? Okay, let me put this here. See if it will work. And try to change the font to something else. You just keep changing till you see what works. I say, okay, let me try this one, then keep it at one side, then try again. Let me see what works. Okay. Um, you can try. That's just how it works. That is how it works. And I think I did some mock-ups for this. Let me see if I'll find um so you can then use it to create mock-ups. So but the thing is that it should be, let me see if I'll see the mock-ups. So that's just it. I think that really you have sufficient knowledge. So that's why when you are sketching, you think of how perfect it will be, how what's your level will depend to. So you think of all those things while you are sketching. Think of all those things while you are sketching. What's your level will depend to. Is it going to be very perfect? If not, you stick to your normal geometric shape. Stick to a normal geometric shape. The main thing is that the logo sends the message. Have other logos. Yeah. How do I find this one? Did I put sweetness cake here? Oh, I didn't put. So let me just see on that part of my screen. Actually, so so what we can see my screen. So there's this logo here. This one think I use coding ratio, something like that. The other logos I use coding ratio. This I use coding ratio. You can see it depends. This is not coding ratio. This is normal grid. So what it does basically is to make your work look very sharp and neat. It is just normal grid. This grid. So you would know what would work for you. So you get to determine what would work. Or however, you have to use a grid or a golden ratio. You have to just use something. Like this one is a grid. Can you see it? This is a grid. I hope you can see it. So it all depends. Are you still there, Rastor? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
So So you are going to start your 30 days logo challenge. This is just the basic. In fact, it's not the basic. This is what you need to know. It's what you need to know. What you just need to get there to know henceforth is just how to strengthen your hand, how to be more perfect, how to be more perfect with your grid, how to be more perfect. So, and that you can't get without practicing. So, you are going to go for a 30-day logo challenge. Try different styles. Some try the golden ratio, some you use normal grid, but you have to use a system that will make it symmetric. Okay, so hope you get me. Is there any question? Is there any
Uh,
question? I would have showed you some mock-up. I did some mock-up with this. I did some mock-up with this. If there's more time, you can still work on this to make it more perfect. You can work on it to make it more perfect. You can work on it. But what golden ratio just does to make it very, very quick. So no matter how you reduce it, no matter how you are going to, no matter how you reduce it, it's still going to make sense. It's still going to make sense because it's in the right proportion. Okay, it's in the right proportion. So for instance, if I have a square here, yeah, my shape, yeah, my shape. Okay, let me just look for any square I have. Okay, for instance, I have a square here. Let me just color it distinct. So it's basically, we're basically done with the phone too. So that's how you create your logos. That's how. Those are the 4 ways. Those are the 4 ways. I can put this here. I can decide to make it. Can try to make it white. Depends on what I want to do. Okay. And can be my text. You can keep trying until you get the perfect text to use. You keep trying. You keep trying until you get the perfect text. Okay. You don't even know if this will be perfect yet. You don't know. You keep trying until you get the perfect text. Keep keep on trying until it's the perfect one. Okay. And make sure everything is aligned. Make sure it's properly aligned. Okay. So you keep trying until everything is perfect. Okay. Until everything is perfect. Everything is perfect. So I think I did some mock-up on this. I've done this before, but I can't seem to find it. I would have showed you. But that's just it. That's just it. That's just it. That's just it. Basic. That's it. That's it basically. Okay. That's it. That's it. So you start looking for. It's still the same place. You start looking for the grades of color that would suit. You start looking for it. Then you start trying out things. Okay, this would work. This would work. And finally, you find something that is perfect. Okay. So there's no question, right? So you're starting, right? You're starting your. Should I give you guys some time before you start your 30-day challenge?
I think you should give us like a week if possible, so we can catch up on some of the things we've missed before.
Okay, you guys are starting on Monday. The 30 days logo challenge starting on Monday. Okay. So every day I want to
Okay.
see your those that are watching online are watching this. You can just take start a logo challenge. I want to see your I want to see your sketches. I want to see your sketches. So what you're doing is you're creating a new Instagram. Create a new Instagram and you're just starting out like my students here. Create a new Instagram, name it something, then start the 30 days logo challenge. I want to see your sketch. I want to see uh your digital copy and I want to see mock-ups. Those are the three things I want to see. Okay. So if you want to see the way I present, look at my Instagram page again. You will know the way I present. Okay. Okay. So you can use that way to present too. So that's it. So bye bye guys. YouTube guys, bye bye too. So that's just basically it. That's how you execute. Those are the three ways you execute. You have to make your hand stronger by doing more work. That's why I'm telling you to take on this 30-day challenge. Your hand will become more stronger. Okay, using the tools and everything. So that's it. So bye bye, guys. Good luck.
So that's it for this class, and I believe you've gotten one or two, in fact 30 or hundreds, I won't say one or two, okay, because I believe it was very, very educative. And I want you to try out something like I told them in the class. You have to try out like a logo design challenge, okay. Try out something. There are other important videos also in this YouTube channel, so you want to check them out concerning logo design, branding as a whole. You want to check them out. So see you next time. I remain EKD. Bye for now.